It's been 2 years since we wanted to ride Triumphs in India, and today that day has come. This is the most affordable Triumph there is, the Bonneville. We're going to find out why this is the retro end of Triumph and what it stands for.
The Bonneville, or Bonnie, derives its name from a motorcycle that broke the land speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats in the USA. In production starting 1959 for about 2 decades, the name stood for reliable high-performance motorcycles. In 2000, John Bloor's reborn Triumph resurrected the name as a faithful but modern homage to the original Bonnie, right down to the details.
The Bonneville engine is actually very interesting. When it started life, it was 790cc, now it's 865cc, but it was designed from the start to look like the older engine, which is why this triangular case here, and more importantly, that's actually a fuel injection system, and these are the throttle bodies which have been made to look like fake carburetors.
The parallel twin makes 68 PS and 68 Nm, and since it manages to hit 100 km per hour in 5.3 seconds, you cannot call it slow. The 5-speed gearbox complements the engine nicely, and getting to as much as 150 km per hour is easy and quick. A big engine with relatively low power output means the motor never feels stressed and should prove reliable in the long run to boot. But the best part is that it genuinely feels like a seriously updated old British twin. There are no real vibes, but the heft of the motorcycle, it weighs 225 kilos with fluids, gives the sensation credence.
So what do you think a retro British style motorcycle is supposed to have in terms of ride quality and handling? Well, the ride quality is no surprise. It's not designed for India, so it's stiff, it feels a little bit sporty, and therefore it sort of doesn't absorb the bumps really well, but it's not uncomfortable enough for that to be a problem. On the other hand, it's got a twin cradle frame, it's a long wheelbase, budget suspension. Does it handle? Surprise, it does. It does go into corners really nicely. It is a long motorcycle and that sensation is there, but it does what you ask of it. And for this, I can't ask for more. This I can live with.
The design is honest to its role. The rounded panels and the tank clearly mark the Bonnie out as a retro standard motorcycle. The lines have been penned to evoke the 60s Bonnie, and this it does. This being the base version, you get alloy wheels though. For a more genuine retro look, you have to pay a bit more for the T100 version that adds a tachometer, but more importantly, wire wheels. The Bonnie platform also comes as the Thruxton Cafe Racer and the Scrambler, which isn't on sale in India just yet. And the more I rode it, the more I realized that the Bonnie was great fun to ride, but it also reminded me of something.
I'm really amused by how similar this motorcycle feels to the Harley-Davidson Supolo. I mean, they're both entry-level products, they're both about the same price, and if you leave out the differences of the sound and feel of the V-twin and the parallel twin, the way the motorcycles feel are very, very similar. They say to you, I have a lot of ability, but I'm not intimidating, I'm your friend, and we can do a lot of stuff together. They both do it. The advantage to this one, ground clearance, it's got some. So when you go for a speed breaker, nothing scrapes.
The Bonnie is now produced in Thailand and is assembled here in India at the company's Manesar facility. Triumph is now in the process of opening dealerships and expanding the distribution network. The first deliveries should be slotted for the middle of January 2014.
Wow, what a wonderful motorcycle the Bonneville turns out to be. 68 PS doesn't sound like much, but when you bring it to India and put it in our context, it's fast enough without being intimidating, and that's the nature of this motorcycle. It's got a low seat height, so the feet come down very easily, it's comfortable to ride, and it does whatever you ask of it uncomplainingly. And I think that is the interesting proposition here. That's a realistic motorcycle. It will do everything you ask of it. And if that's what the entry-level Triumph is, that's 6.1 lakh rupees on road approximately, I can't wait to see what the rest of the range will do for us.